Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? This is Utah Raptor 1987 here. So I know it's been a while since the last Q&A video, but since I finished all my required classes, I decided to do one more video before we move to California. And so without further ado, let's get on with this Q&A video. Spinosaurus. What's 10% Dimetrodon, 10% Baryonyx, and 80% ugly?
Gee, I don't know. What?
You sucker.
Well, I never!
What are your thoughts on the Direwolf? I'm assuming you're referring to the ones that were created by Colossal Bioscience. And if that's the case, those are not real direwolves. They're just gray wolves that have been genetically engineered to be born larger than the average gray wolf. And direwolves are not even that closely related to modern gray wolves. Do you try to buy some of the dinosaurs that you don't have online? I typically don't get figures after Mattel had already stopped producing them, because they usually become more expensive. However, I do remember this one time where I did manage to get a figure that had already been retired for a reasonable price, and that being the Zuniceratops from the Dino Escape line. How many human figures do you have, and can you buy some other human figures and vehicles? I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's safe to say that I have quite a lot of human figures and vehicles, and I'm sure I'm bound to get more because, as I'm recording this, the Rebirth line is set to release here in the United States right around the corner. Chaos. Are you the Baryonyx in the lava chamber in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom?
I am most certainly not the Fallen Kingdom Baryonyx, because if I were, I would be dead.
Can you have Buck, Doe, and Rexy become friends in Jurassic Sanctuary? Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
No siree.
Not a chance. Where's the bull? He's right there. Do you play Jurassic World the game? I have not played Jurassic World the game. Have you ever watched the show Invincible? I have not watched Invincible either. Dakota, do you miss Ralph? Tarbosaurus. Can you fight the Giganotosaurus and Suchomimus?
Well, if something like a Majungasaurus can kill a Suchomimus, then I can probably do the same thing. As for the Giganotosaur, that's probably gonna be a different story.
What did you think of the new updated Saurophaganax and how it's now a sauropod? At first, I wasn't really happy about this new change. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was you who tagged me in that photo, stating that Saurophaganax was now considered a dubious chimeric genus. And the reason why I wasn't happy about this new change was because that would mean I'd have to retcon Axe being a Saurophaganax in Jurassic Sanctuary. I actually made a community post a while back further explaining why I decided to make this change, so you should probably go read that if you haven't already. While I wasn't happy about this new change, at least we got a new species of Allosaurus out of this. To all the dinosaurs in the sanctuary, what are your thoughts on Grimm's death?
It was probably
Well,
one
I'm
of
glad
the
I
most
was able to
tragic
kill one
and
of those
heartbreaking
hunters.
deaths
You know,
within
if I
the
could
Jurassic
Grimm's
franchise.
death makes me worry that someone's gonna kill me or Kira. Dude, like
The demise of
justice
Grimm
for
was
Grimm.
This is one of the
reasons why I think humanity should go
This is pretty sad.
Hey Blue, I have 2 questions for you. 1, if you hate any other raptor, which one would it be? And 2, out of all the T-Rexes, who do you hate the most? My least favorite raptors on the island would probably have to be the Lost World raptors. They're just a bunch of jerks. As for my least favorite T-Rex on the island, I would probably have to say Ratharex, mainly because he tried to stomp on me at one point.
When will you add a mammoth in Jurassic Sanctuary?
I'm not sure I'll be able to add a mammoth to Jurassic Sanctuary, considering the fact that Mattel hasn't made a mammoth figure, and all the other mammoth figures that I have are not really compatible in terms of scale with the other figures. Although I could hypothetically use the Safari Limited Mammoth as a pygmy mammoth.
Since you saw Dinosaur King, do you have any favorite dinosaur designs from it? And have you heard of the DS game for it?
My favorite Dinosaur King creature design would probably have to be the Albertosaurus. And I have heard of the DS game, I just haven't played it.
For Giga, can you fight the Allosaurus?
That's amateur stuff. I was worried you were going to give me a real challenge.
Oh, you mean like a T-Rex and a Therizinosaurus?
Shut up.
Do you plan on getting the new Wild Roar Ceratasucops or Cryptops?
No, I am not planning on getting the Ceratasucops or the Cryptops. Because I already have them.
Will Maiasaura, Hadrosaurus, Euoplocephalus, and Lambeosaurus appear in Jurassic Sanctuary?
Well, considering the fact that Mattel is releasing a Maiasaura and a Euoplocephalus for the Wild Roar line, there's a pretty good chance that they're going to be in Jurassic Sanctuary. As for Hadrosaurus and Lambeosaurus, we're probably going to have to wait until Mattel decides to make them.
If you get the young T-Rex from Kenner, will you use it in Jurassic Sanctuary?
Although I highly doubt I'll be able to find the original young T-Rex from Kenner, if I do somehow miraculously find it for a reasonable price, I will most certainly consider adding it to my series.
What are your thoughts on the new dinosaurs in Jurassic World Chaos Theory? And when will Darius be age 18 in his Chaos Theory form?
I actually like the new dinosaurs in Chaos Theory. The Pachyrhinosaurus is a surprisingly decent representation of P. canadensis. The Majungasaurus looks pretty cool, and I kinda like the Beckel Spinax, even though I'm not entirely sold on the name. And the Suchomimus is easily my favorite dinosaur in the series. As for Darius in Jurassic Sanctuary, I'm probably going to start using the Chaos Theory Darius figure in Season 3. That is, if or when I get around to making Season 3.
Do you think Acrocanthosaurus, Dinochirus, and Gigantoraptor will ever get a figure by Mattel? If so, how big do you think they'll be?
Well, that's definitely a possibility. Although I seriously doubt we'll see them this year, there's always next year. And if they do so happen to make them, I think it would be best if they were in the same size range as the figures in the Gigantic Trackers line.
What Hammond collection toys do you love and hate?
My favorite Hammond collection figures would probably have to be some of the newer ones, like the Allosaurus, the Carnotaurus, the Giganotosaurus, and the Therizinosaurus. My least favorite one would probably have to be the Dimetrodon.
Rexy, why do you hate Junior?
Because he was being annoying. He was trying to hit on me when I was trying to take a nap.
Will you get the Hammond collection Allosaurus, Baby Triceratops, and Atrociraptor?
I did manage to get the Hammond collection Allosaurus. I just haven't been able to get my hands on the Baby Triceratops or the Atrociraptor. Well, at least not yet.
Spinosaurus, do you think you can fight Rudy from Ice Age?
I'm not answering that question. Not after what you said to me earlier.
Have you played Carnivore's Dinosaur Hunter?
As a matter of fact, I have played Carnivores. However, it was only the mobile version, and the same thing goes for Carnivore's Ice Age. It's kind of been a while since I played either of them.
Rexy, did you know the buck and doe when you were little?
I barely remember anything from when I was little, so how could I possibly remember them from my childhood?
Can you make sure your videos don't take long?
I'm afraid I cannot guarantee that. You do realize I have a life outside of making videos. Not to mention that it takes time to make videos as good as you want them to be. If you rush, you make mistakes.
Who is your favorite music artist / band?
My favorite music artist would probably have to be Lebo M, and my favorite band would have to be Skillet.
Asset87, what did you think about the mutant dinosaur from Jurassic World Rebirth, and would you fight it?
I wouldn't touch the Distortus Rex or the Mutadons with a 10-meter long stick.
Asset87, what did you think about the Rebirth Spinosaurus, and what did you think about the idea of the Rebirth Spinosaurus teaming up with the Rebirth Mosasaurus?
Well, I do find it a bit odd that there's a more scientifically accurate version of myself in this film, but I do like the idea of them teaming up with the Mosasaurus.
Dominion Quetzalcoatlus, what did you think of the primitive war Quetzalcoatlus with the long tongue?
As the king of the skies, I fear nothing. But that thing, it scares me.
Which two dinosaur movies that are releasing this year will you enjoy more? Jurassic World Rebirth or Primitive War?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm cautiously optimistic about Jurassic World Rebirth. It has a few good things going for it, like the T-Rex river raft scene, but it also has some questionable aspects, such as the Distortus Rex and the Mutadons. For Primitive War, I've never really read the book, and from what I've heard, this movie is going to have a smaller budget, so yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, I'm more excited for Season 4 of Jurassic World Chaos Theory, Dinosauria Volume 2, and the Walking with Dinosaurs reboot.
When will the human characters get a better base than a tent with a weak fence?
Trust me, I want to get them a better base camp, but I haven't really had that much luck getting the Schleich Dino Research Station, and I have to work with what I already have. So you're just gonna have to bear with me here.
Rexy, Asset87, and Giganotosaurus. Are you all not fans of being friends in the Jason Sheeran series?
While I am a fan of Jason Sheeran, there is no way I would be friends with these two clowns in real life. Who are you calling a clown, you wannabe joker?
Why has my life led up to this?
Is there a dinosaur or prehistoric animal that is non-binary?
Well, that's definitely a possibility.
What dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals do you want to see in Chaos Theory?
I actually made 2 short videos discussing what creatures I want to see in future seasons of Chaos Theory, so you should probably go check that out if you haven't already.
Nothosaurus. How did you feel about destroying the robot and killing a Dilophosaurus in Season 5?
We don't have a Nothosaurus.
Sinoceratops. What are you, a ripoff of Patchy from the Walking with Dinosaurs movie and the Jurassic Fight Club Pachyrhinosaurus?
Well, it's not my fault. The people behind Fallen Kingdom wanted me to be a Pachyrhinosaurus, but they changed their minds and wanted me to be a Sinoceratops. Well, at least the people behind chaos theory actually knew how to design an original Pachyrhinosaurus. Show off. Well, everyone, that concludes this Q&A video. I'd like to thank everybody who asked me those great questions. You guys are awesome. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!